Hello, my name is Estefano Barriga. This is my project 3 for information visualization, and I'm going to talk about the gang war currently happening in Ecuador. This is a map made in Tableau with the worldwide assassinations per 1,000 people on 2017. You can see here in Ecuador, our color is very yellow, meaning that we're very low compared to the biggest assassinations rates in the world. And our circle is very small compared to countries nearby, such as Venezuela, Colombia, or even Central America, countries that are smaller in size. At this point in 2017, we were in a rate of 6 per 1,000 people. This number has significantly increased, as you will see later in this presentation, due to this gang war that we're going to talk about today. Intentional homicides, not in Ecuador, just in Guayaquil, one of the biggest cities in Ecuador, have grown in a very fast speed since 2020. We can see that in 2020 we had 1,290 intentional homicides, and in 2021, until October only, we had 1,866 intentional homicides. We compare this to Sinaloa, the home of the biggest drug cartel in the world, and one of the biggest drug cartel not only in Mexico but in the 20th century, famously run by Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. We can see that we have a bigger rate than Sinaloa, the most dangerous place and city in Mexico. What happened? First, we have to take a step back and see the biggest gang organization in Ecuador. This map shows the power distribution we had a couple of years ago, actually, a bit more than a year ago, with Los Choneros, the biggest gang in Ecuador. On the head, it was Jorge Luis Zambrano, alias JL. We have Jose Macías, Fito, Wilmer Chavarria Pipo, Wilmer Arcibar, Willy, Ronald Macías Javico, Antonio Camacho, alias Benten, Terry Camacho, alias Trompudo, and Junior Paredes, alias JR. As you can see, we had a head and a bunch of subordinates that controlled around 1,000 people each. This was gun trafficking, drug trafficking, and a lot of other crimes, organized crime in Ecuador. On December 28, 2020, the leader of Los Choneros was assassinated in a Guayaquil mall, and the whole organization fell apart. Jose Macias and Ronald Macias created the Águilas, this because of their relationship, their cousins. Antonio Camacho and Terry Camacho, also cousins, created the Chone Killers, one of the biggest organizations right now. Junior Paredes, alias JR, created Fatales. Wilmer Echeverria, alias Pipo, created Lobos. And William Willy Alcibar created Los Tiguerones. Previously, JL had complete control over the Guayaquil prison complex. In the north part, we have the maximum security and medium security part of the prison. In the lower part, we have the 12 pavilions that were completely controlled by JL. And in this corner, we had La Roca, the maximum complex for the leaders of the organizations and the most dangerous people in Ecuador. To this day, La Roca is empty. And how does the jail is controlled? As I told you before, the southern part, it has 12 pavilions. 10% of it is controlled by Los Lobos, 10% by Tiguerones, 10% by Samir. Pito and Latte King control 20% each, and JR is the most powerful one with 30% of the jail. But how does the jail work on the inside? Each pavilion has a commander. As I told you before, JR is the biggest commander, owning 3 pavilions. And each pavilion has 3 wings. That these are 3 floors on each pavilion, and each wing has 1 leader that controls the pusher. That's the muscles of the jail, the bank that loans money to the 30 and even 100% rate, and the store that sells all kind of um, food, drinks, and beverages illegally. The only store that it's legal inside the prison, it's the government store that no one uses. My reflection on this is that drugs are cheaper inside than the outside, even on the streets. You can buy even $1 of drug, and it's gonna represent more drug than on the street sold by the same people. You can even buy cigarettes on the inside. Again, that's illegal, for $20 the pack. And you can have a phone for $25 a week, and if you have 2, it's gonna cost you cheaper, and it's gonna be $45 for both phones. How much does a pavilion represent? A week is estimated that a pavilion profits around $50,000 and $70,000. This is around $200,000 a month. And only in this jail, in this complex, Guayaquil, there are 12 pavilions that make $200,000 minimum each month. So, what's the gang war about? The gang war is trying to get the control that JL had 1 year ago. JL didn't left a successor, and the power is divided. The gang war tries to get one of the leaders previously mentioned and get them on the top to win money and get rich on a poor country. This via illegal weapons and drugs. Thank you very much.